The greatest illusion in life is that we are all playing by the same set of rules. But there are those among us who see through the smoke and mirrors, those who don't just follow the game, they redefine it. You've probably encountered people who think they're in control, manipulating every move, and assuming they've outsmarted you. But here's the truth. While they're busy admiring their own reflection, you're quietly observing, calculating, and preparing to turn the tables when they least expect it. Here's the kicker. The true power doesn't lie in how loud you play, but in how silently you strategize. Don't let their arrogance fool you. You are ahead, and the moment they realize it, it will be too late. Stay tuned until the end of this video to discover the secrets behind flipping the script and taking control of your destiny. In a world that rewards noise and quick action, the true masters know that the real power lies in silence. While others rush to boast and make their moves loud, you remain calm, composed, and watchful. You don't need to react immediately to every challenge, every comment, or every flashy move. Instead, you take a step back and observe. Why? Because your silence is not ignorance, it's strategy. You're not just waiting for the right moment. You're analyzing every detail, every word they speak, every decision they make, every flaw they reveal. You're taking it all in. The more they think they've outwitted you, the more they're showing you the cracks in their armor. This is your edge. By the time they realize that you've been a few steps ahead, they're already too deep into their own plan. They've exposed their vulnerabilities, thinking they're controlling the game, while you've already mapped out every possible move. They're too busy making noise, while you're quietly building your strength. Remember, you don't need to be the loudest in the room to be the most powerful. In fact, it's often the quiet ones who hold the key to victory. Your ability to remain still while everyone else plays their hand is what will ultimately give you the advantage. You're not just participating in the game, you're mastering it. While others are focused on chasing quick victories, you know that the real measure of strength lies in resilience. It's not how hard you hit, it's how well you bounce back after every setback. Life will throw challenges your way, and people will try to break you down. They expect you to crumble, to give up, to show signs of defeat. But here's the truth. Every time they push you down, you rise up even stronger. Your resilience is something they can't even fathom. They don't see it because it's not flashy, it's not loud, and it doesn't demand attention. They mistake your calmness for weakness, your perseverance for naivety. But what they fail to realize is that every failure, every obstacle, every hard moment is just fuel for your next comeback. You're not just surviving, you're growing, adapting, and getting more determined. They expect you to break, to falter, to give in. But what they don't understand is that their attempts to bring you down are only making you more unstoppable. While they celebrate their small wins, you're quietly reconstructing, recalibrating, and turning every challenge into a stepping stone for your next move. The beauty of resilience is that it's invisible to those who aren't looking closely. They think you're weak when you're actually invincible. And when the time comes, it's not their victories that will matter. It's your unshakable strength that will leave them questioning everything. True power doesn't always come from taking direct action. Sometimes it's about allowing others to believe they're in control, while quietly positioning yourself to flip the game when the time is right. You don't need to fight for dominance. You let them fight for it, thinking they're winning. This is the art of reverse psychology, letting them believe they've outsmarted you, while you're silently steering their every move. They thrive on ego, believing that every step they take is a step closer to victory. They think your silence means surrender, your compliance means weakness. But in reality, you're allowing them to walk straight into the trap you've set for them. By giving them just enough room to believe they're ahead, you're actually getting them to overextend themselves, to make mistakes, and to expose their vulnerabilities. When they're too busy gloating, too confident in their position, that's when you strike. You don't rush. You're patient. You wait for the perfect moment to act, and when it comes, it's like flipping a switch. Their confidence crumbles, and the very moves they thought would secure their victory are the ones that bring their downfall. This isn't manipulation. This is strategy. You don't need to assert yourself forcefully. Let them believe they're the ones making the moves, while you remain calm and poised, collecting the pieces of the game. When the moment arrives, you'll watch them unravel, wondering how they lost so easily. The greatest irony in any battle is when your opponent's greatest strength becomes the very thing that leads to their downfall. The manipulator, the deceiver, the arrogant, they all have one thing in common. They rely heavily on what they believe to be their unbeatable advantage. But what if you could turn their strength into their weakness? What if you could make their very tactics backfire? You understand that their reliance on manipulation, deception, or pride is a double-edged sword. They think their control, their ability to spin lies, and their arrogance will carry them to victory. But the more they lean into these strategies, the more predictable they become. The more they push, the closer they get to exposing their flaws. Instead of fighting against them head-on, you let them dig their own grave. You let them believe they're controlling the narrative, all while you quietly gather the pieces of the puzzle. Their web of lies grows so intricate that they begin to trap themselves in it, and their arrogance blinds them to the mistakes they're making. When the time comes, you don't need to do anything dramatic. Just expose their falsehoods with precision and watch as their confidence crumbles under the weight of their own deception. By the time they realize what happened, it's too late. Their own strength has become their greatest vulnerability, and you've used it against them with flawless strategy. The key is simple. Let them believe they're invincible, and when they slip, you'll be there to take control.